to be called an egg. Very.
I said you look like an egg. And some eggs are very pretty, you know.
And some people have no more sense than a baby. Take.
Humpty Dumpty sat on the wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty in his place again. Oh, I shrunk again.
Don't stand there chattering to yourself like that. Tell me your name and your business.
My name is Alice.
A stupid name enough. What does it mean?
It must a name mean something.
Of course it must. My name means the shape that I am. And a good, handsome shape it is, too. With a name like yours, you might be any shape. Almost.
Why do you sit out here all alone?
Why, because there's nobody with me. Did you think I wouldn't know the answer to that? Here, ask me another.
Don't you think you'd be safer down on the ground? This wall is so very high.
What tremendously easy riddles you ask. Of course I don't think so. Why, if ever I did fall, which there's no chance of, but if I did fall, the king has promised me. You may turn pale if you like. You didn't think I would say that, did you? Yes, if ever I fell, the king has promised me with his very own mouth to
send all his horses and all his men.
Now I declare, that's too bad. You've been listening at doors and behind trees and down chimneys where you couldn't have known.
I haven't indeed. It's in a book.
A book?
If he smiled much more, the answer's mouth might meet behind. Then I don't know what would happen to his head. I'm afraid it might come off.
Yes, they'd pick me up in a minute, they would. All his horses and all his men. But this conversation's going a little too fast. Let's go back to the last remark but one.
I'm afraid I can't quite remember it.
Then we'll have to start afresh. And it's my turn to choose a subject. Here's a question for you. How old did you say you were?
7 years and 6 months.
Wrong! You never said a word like it.
I thought you meant how old are you?
If I'd meant that, I'd have said that. 7 years, 6 months. An awkward sort of age. If you'd asked my advice, I'd have said, leave off at 7. But it's too late now.
I never ask advice about growing.
Too proud?
I mean that one can't help growing older.
One can't, perhaps. But two can. With a little help, you could have left off at 7.
What a beautiful belt you've got on. At least, no, a cravat. No, I should have said a belt. If only I knew which was his neck and which was his waist.
Yeah, it's a most provoking thing when a person doesn't know the difference between a belt and a cravat.
I know it's very ignorant of me.
There, child. It's a cravat. And a very beautiful one, so they say. It was a present from the king.
Is it really?
Yes. He gave it to me for an unbirthday present.
I beg your pardon?
I'm not offended.
I mean, what is an unbirthday present?
Why, a gift that you get when it's not your birthday, of course.
I like birthday presents best.
You don't know what you're talking about. How many days are there in a year?
365.
And how many birthdays have you?
1.
And when you take 1 from 365, what remains?
364, of course.
I'd rather see that done on paper. That seems to be right.
Holding it upside down.
To be sure I was. I thought it looked a little queer. Well, as I was saying, that seems to be right, though I haven't time to check it over thoroughly just now. But that goes to show that there are 364 days when you could receive unbirthday presents,
Certainly.
and only one for birthday presents. There's glory for you.
I don't know what you mean by glory.
Of course you don't. Not till I tell you. I meant there's a nice knockdown argument for you.
But glory doesn't mean a nice knockdown argument.
When I use a word, it means just what I choose it to mean. Neither more nor less.
The question is, can you make words mean so many different things?
The question is, which is to be master? That's all.
You seem very clever at explaining words, sir. Would you kindly tell me the meaning of a poem called Jabberwocky?
Let's hear it. I can explain the meaning of all poems that were ever invented, and of a good many that haven't been invented just yet. Go ahead.
'Twas brillig, and the slithy toes did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the monraths outbrave.
'Twas brillig, and the slithy toes did gyre and gimble in the wave. All mimsy
there. Really means 4 o'clock in the afternoon, the time when you begin broiling things for dinner.
I see it now. What are toes?
Toes are something like badgers, and they're something like lizards, and they're something like corkscrews.
They must be very curious-looking creatures.
They are that. And they make their nests under sundials, and they live on cheese.
And the wave is the grass platter on the sundial, I suppose.
Quite right. And it's called a wave, you know, because it goes a long way before it and a long way behind it.
And a long way beyond it on each side.
Exactly. And a borgove is a thin, shabby-looking bird with the feathers sticking out all around, sort of like a live mop. But who's been telling you all this hard stuff?
I read it in a book, but I had some poetry repeated to me today.
As to poetry, I can repeat it as well as most, if it comes to that.
Oh, it needn't come to that.
And the poem I'm going to repeat for you was written especially for your amusement.
Thank you.
In winter, when the fields are white, I'll sing this song for your delight. Only I don't sing.
I see you don't.
If you can see whether or not I'm singing, you've sharper eyes than most. In spring, when woods are getting green, I'll try to tell you what I mean.
Thank you.
In summer, when the days are long, perhaps you'll understand my song. In autumn, when the leaves are brown, take pen and ink and write it down.
I will if I can remember it so long.
You needn't go on making remarks like that. They're not sensible, and they put me out. I sent a message to the fish. I told them this is what I wish. The little fishes of the sea, they sent a message back to me. The little fish's answer was, we cannot do it, sir, because...
Is that all?
That's all. Goodbye.
Goodbye, till we meet again.
I'm sure I wouldn't know you if we did meet again. You're so exactly like other people.